Hello, students. Congratulations, you've completed Signal Storm. At this point, you're probably navigating our network, dodging noise injections, picking up bandwidth, and transmitting message after message after message. Maybe even to 8 messages. Maybe you beat my high score in that last video. But if you find yourself in a situation going, okay, now what? Where do I go from here? We wrote this great game and I can play it and have fun, but I want to add something new to it, something that makes me feel like this game is my own. Well, in this video, I want to just give you a handful of ideas that I think could take Signal Storm to the next level. So let's head to the computer screen and we'll dive right in. So here is our fully playable and finished version of Signal Storm, where we can navigate our network, collecting relay nodes, adding bandwidth, avoiding our noise packets, sending out a ping sweep to trigger our relays to stay alive, and avoiding our noise. Once we get enough bandwidth, we can send out an outgoing message. So the first recommendation I have is, right now we've got 4 relays and they all serve a purpose, right? Our blue is our bandwidth relay. Our green is our integrity relay. Our yellow is like our risk reward. We get a lot of bandwidth but lose some integrity. And then that red one, if we don't hit it, it's a doozy. We lose a lot of integrity and a lot of bandwidth, as you just saw right there. So we can actually add some new relay types with unique effects. So maybe there's like a special power-up relay. When you hit it, it slows down noise bars. Or maybe there's hidden relays that are only visible after you ping the arena and then the relays pop up. And this works because it adds meaning to player choices. Different relay types will force the player to think, not just react. So my second suggestion is all about that ping sweep. So right now, that ping sweep is a very powerful tool, but it's pretty much set in stone, right? We defined that system and there's no upgrades to it. So maybe we could figure out a way to upgrade the ping sweep. Maybe we could increase the sweep radius or reduce the cooldown or make it restore bandwidth and integrity when we use it. I think this works because it gives players a sense of progression and turning a basic ability into something they can improve on and rely on in the game over time. We could even tie it to messages sent. So after 3 messages sent, the radius gets bigger, and after 6 messages sent, it moves faster. The next option you could do is have something called moving relay nodes. If you look, every node that we create is static. It's not moving at all. But maybe we start to create nodes that drift and they move side to side or up and down across our network grid before expiring. And this is going to force us to sort of track and chase our targets instead of reacting to the static nodes. And this is going to work because it shifts gameplay away from reaction to tracking, forcing us to predict movement instead of just watching and waiting for our static targets. We're sending out messages sent, and this is sort of our score system right here. How many messages could you send? But maybe you want to create like a combo system that actually generates a score. So maybe you say like if the player stabilizes enough relays quickly in a short amount of time, maybe like 5 seconds, if you can click 3 relays in 5 seconds, you get a score bonus. Or if you can track how many relays you hit without getting hit by a noise injection, you get a score multiplier. And every time you send a message, that value gets added to a score. So maybe on that one message that you sent, you picked up like 5,000 points through all your score multipliers. That could be tracked in a score. And this rewards consistency, precision, encouraging players to stay focused, build momentum, and it makes the game a little bit more competitive because now instead of tracking how many messages you sent, you can compare your score with the score of somebody else. And lastly, my last sort of idea here is that we could have maybe adaptive noise patterns. So right now we only have horizontal noise bars and vertical noise bars, which are somewhat predictable in terms of their motion. But maybe we add diagonal noise that like sweeps across the network, or rotating noise fields. Imagine like a circular field that moves and rotates, or pulsing noise zones. So maybe I have a noise zone that's centered here that grows out and grows in with time, similar to how we use like our sine function for our noise pulse. We could pulse a noise zone. And I think this works because it would break the predictable patterns that the noise injections organizations create, and would force us to continuously adapt instead of sort of memorizing patterns and routines that are currently present in the game. So those are my 5 ideas that I had when I thought, what else would I want to add to this game if I had more time and more videos to teach you guys with? So you could take any of those ideas and run with them to create your own version of Signal Storm. Because really, by the end of this, I want you to feel like you have real ownership of the game that we created together. You know, we made this version of the game, and now you can jump off and make your own version of the game. And I want that for you. I want you to feel proud of what you've done because you guys did some awesome stuff. You not only played this game, you built it. And that's something to be very, very proud of. I know I'm proud of you, and I'll see you in the next video.